everyone, for this video we're going to be reviewing the starter Kolossal Helios H6. Make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts. The color reference for this one, by the way, is on Erased Devilos. It really is actually on Erased Devilos, wow. Hasbro did provide the product for this review, so if you're wondering at any point, how do we get the product for this review, Hasbro did provide. So we're gonna be going over it. So this is how you get the 1B chassis discs. So the double chassis are just converted into discs, which as long as they're heavier than zeros, they don't take care about. I mean, they could be a little bit more heavier, but yeah, the issue with the Rise discs were that they were just too light. Also, you get, is it Zone or is this? Yeah, this is Zone. So I had to double check just because Zone is heavy flat. I could tell for a second. But yeah, it's weird too because basically you could just get the two starters and they're technically better than the regular Hyperion and Helios. Though it's debatable on the tips what's better, SP or SPM. But there's a lot of metal distribution on there, so I don't really think a lot of metal is going to mean, oh, it's going to be so good. Being heavier doesn't always guarantee victory. You can tell from basic, i.e. Tempest Dragon Stock, for an example, or other things. That being a heavy combo doesn't really mean too much. It depends on all the parts and a lot of other factors. Fuse attack powers its ability. It does have a little bit more detail than the actual King, which is very good, though missing sticker detail, but it is what it is for that one. Stats are fine. Now, the Helios chip was always pretty good. I think Helios was actually better than Hyperion to memory, which is a good thing. It's a good thing. Anyways, make sure you download the Daily Burst app, and we are going to get started going through the part by part. Going over to the part by part, we have our Helios chip. The chip is in reference to Erased Devilos, which I'm holding. It is actually a cool reference. At first I didn't know what it was, but it is Erased Devilos. I kind of like it now. I appreciate it a lot more now than before, because I didn't know what the reference was supposed to be, or if it was just a random recolor. The Helios chip, again, is the same like the other one. It is sadly missing detail on the chip. Helios did get the short end of the stick for detail, but the slopes are good on Helios. They are above average. Sorry, I picked out the wrong one. If you want to see the slopes, there you go. Listen on there. Next up, we've got our ring, or whatever, the energy layer base, which is Kolossal. Compared to obviously the other one, where I actually had to give it already the detail, it already has the red parts painted out, but could use a little bit more detail on it as well. Flipping it, I'm not gonna probably do it for most of these in the future, just because we've already seen it so many times. But yeah, basic stuff. The real part that's interesting now is actually this part, which is the 1B, which is turned into a disc. So you could technically have 1S, 1B. Going over side by side, we of course got 1B next to the actual 1B. It is very, very interesting to actually take a look at and see side by side. But yeah, I don't think Hasbro did any screw-ups with this one. The weight should be the same as the other one, which is 23 grams. I don't know how much use it'll have, but at least cool they didn't mess it up that bad. Better than nothing. I thought maybe 25, but 23 is not bad for the weight. Although we do have to get to the last part, which is Zone. Now, Zone compared to the actual Zone, just to go over this very briefly, it is slightly different. You can basically see it. It's semi-flat. I don't know how much better that's going to be. You can also see it is basically engulfed in metal, which is very interesting. Zone and Exceed are the only tips so far that have like the most amount of metal covering a tip. Like no other tips maybe are heavier, but like the most amount. Now that we've got that one settled, we're back to the top camera, and we're gonna be doing finally the scaling for all this stuff just to see. So turning it on, we have the original Helios chip, which should be close to 3, 2.94, 9.6, sure, 7.75, 6.5, nice. Then after, let's see, 1B is about 23 point, like almost 7. The actual 1B was that weight. Then after, we're gonna show you can't put the attachments on it. So 14.45. So actually, let's get it back on this side shot. So let me just move it here. So you can see how it's focused on there. So let me just put it on. I'll be covering the camera for a brief moment. So you can indeed put the attachment on the Zone metal tip. Zone metal, it sounds so weird that I'm saying that, but you can indeed. Now we're gonna get the scale cleared up. So 17.18 with Zone-Spm and Zone attachment. Normal again is about 14.45, and then after, if you want to put the Exceed attachment, you're looking at about 18.65. So it is up to you whether you want to use whatever attachment on the thing, but it is very cool that you can do that. The actual weight of this is about 48.75. Attachment should be close to about 52. And after what, 51? 51. So we're just gonna assemble the regular Helios, compare side by side, then get stadium ready, battle against the color reference, and go from there. Hold it side by side. Now flip it right. There we go. Really cool. And it's interesting to see how the Speedstorm and Speedstorm metal varies, especially with the side by side here. It's very interesting to see. I don't really know what's going to be better. I'm hoping it's just going to be Speedstorm metal, but I don't know if all that weight's going to really help. Anywho, let's get ready for the battles. Okay, we're going to be getting started. We have TT counterpart, color reference, and just the normal version of it. We'll first do a test launch, and I will quickly show off. Obviously, the starters do come with this little launcher. Just to do one test launch with it, just so we can get an idea. And then after, I'll do a normal test launch with a sparking launcher, so we can see the idea and movement for the difference. But 3, 2, 1, let it rip. So something I've noticed, which is really only between Zone and Exceed, kind of slowed down compared to regular, which obviously is because of metal weighting. Like, let's give an example. Test launch, 3, 2, 1, let's rip. You can see it doesn't go all the way really fast. It does unique patterns though compared to regular. So let's get the normal one. So you can see, goes around a little bit more. So that's gonna, so in terms of customization, that's really gonna be a factor now for movement. I'm not too sure, better for worse, what I would pick. I think it's more interesting than anything, really, just because I can't really tell my preference, what I think is good or whatever. So we're gonna do it up against Erase Devilos for the fun of it, just because it is the reference after all. I want to see how long it takes to beat it. It's against Erase Devilos. It really does look so similar. Yeah, there you go. That is so weird. Ooh. Kind of feels weird how it slides compared to the regular. Ooh, is the regular... Maybe I just got some good hits. Maybe I just got some good hits. I'm wondering, is it easier to burst now? Is the Helios chip on the starter a bit weaker than the one on the sets, or maybe it was just the round, or I don't know if it was just the round, because it got to here in terms of how far it goes. I just want to feel something real quick. It's just maybe just the tip. I think it's just the tip. Yeah, I think maybe the tip has not as strong a spring as regular Zone does. Now that I'm feeling it. Or it just could, I don't know. Let's try it again. It could also just be the angles that they're hitting each other like that. But that is very curious to see. I just want to try one match where I give it the normal Zone. So I'm pretty sure it's just the tip with the weak spring. We're gonna do 2 rounds just to make sure. So that was Kolossal, yeah. Though no hits are happening and I want them to hitting each other. So it's not the point that Erase is winning by outspin. I think that this one, yeah, you can kind of hear it. I think it has a little bit of a weaker spring than... You can hear it, look. It's a little bit of a weaker spring than regular Speedstorm Zone. So that's an interesting thing to know. And the set one actually won, I'm pretty sure. I don't think is it the same for Exceed and the other Exceed? I don't recall. I think it's really just with Zone. Let me feel it. No, I think Exceed is... No, I think, Speedstorm Metal Exceed is fine. So I think it's really just with Zone that kind of got the short end of the stick for the metal version, huh? That's very weird. Maybe they'll release like a better one, but that is very interesting to say the least. I'm actually curious. Ooh, good hits. Yeah, but that's very strange. Anyways, let's do it against the regular Helios. Similar to Hyperion. Against the TT counterpart, it does give a very powerful strike and did manage to... That was the wrong way I turned it. It did manage to get 1 click. Oh my god, TT is going a little bit wild. This is definitely going to TT on this. Whoa! Oh man. How about that? We're just gonna launch that again. Okay, last round. Whoa, 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 whoa! Clearly, it got hit on top, right? You see, yeah, that was just a little joke on the Helios. That's definitely not a bad launch by accident. All right, come on. Let's see what Hasbro has to offer against TT. The same old feeling. That's gonna be very weird. So if you do want to complete your normal Helios, first off, let me show the QR code before I go into this sort of explanation. QR code for that Helios. Go ahead and pause the video and scan it. So if you want to complete your regular Helios, all you got to do is just put it like this and voila, it looks how it should. I mean, to be fair, I did actually paint it, but... Yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. I think slight disappointment on the Zone Speedstorm Metal. I don't know why it's just doesn't feel as strong, or maybe it's just the metal weighting that's shifting it to a burst, or I don't know. In the comments, you can tell me what you think the factor was for bursting, because I'm actually a little bit stumped on this one. But yeah. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day, and bye.